Nawat is back at it again. His behavior was blatantly disrespectful. Publicly embarrassing Charlotte, especially on her birthday, is indefensible, and let's not forget, he has a consistent history of disrespecting and undermining her in public. There's nothing professional or constructive about humiliating someone in front of an audience on their birthday. Just look at the video how uncomfortable they look. Even Engfa is out of words on how to comfort her. This man ruined her day. Alright, let's just get into it. Everybody already knows this guy's problematic. He's got a long history of being racist, misogynistic, and power trippy, and this time was no different. Charlotte's birthday party happened yesterday on December 21st, and everything was going smoothly until he showed up. And then, on stage, in front of everyone, this is what he said. Clap a little louder. What are you afraid of? Don't worry, I'm giving it my all today. First of all, happy 27th birthday. You're another year older. More than anything, I wish for you to be more successful in your work, but success comes with awareness, focus, and professionalism. This industry has many factors that can help someone go far and turn this path into a lifelong career if they understand art, loyalty, and mutual. This is where he really messed up. From this moment on, I want her to improve and change. I want you to grow into a truly professional artist, and I want you to listen to me because I am the leader of this entity. We have been working extensively because we want to build you up and help you become well-known famous. That's why I want you to be more mindful of how you speak to staff and seniors. Everyone here has good intentions and wants to see you grow. But you must never forget the beginning, when there was no one else and it was me or us who were there first. The reason there are now so many people around the world supporting you is because of our efforts or push. If one day you gain others or got to know someone else and start to forget us, then that is not the quality of someone fit to stay in the entertainment industry. I want you to improve, to change. May your life only get better from here on. If you manage to change, happy birthday. This was Charlotte's birthday event, a space meant to celebrate her, not to publicly discipline her. Nawat, as the CEO, used the stage to assert his authority, shame her, and remind everyone that her success exists because of him. He is not a well-wisher. Telling a 27-year-old woman to change, to be more mindful of how you speak, to listen because he is the leader. On a public stage, on her birthday, I just can't. This fits his own long-standing misogynistic pattern of policing women's behavior under the guise of attitude and gratitude. This is power tripping. His constant talk about loyalty, obedience, and not forgetting who made you tells us how unhealthy the dynamic is here. And it's obvious why he's so obsessed with loyalty. He literally said, if one day you gain others or get to know someone else and start to forget us, then that is not the quality of someone fit to stay in the entertainment industry. Part of the reason this makes sense in context is that Charlotte's contract with MGI is ending soon, sometime between 2026 and 2027. From what I found, she signed a 5-year deal in 2022, so it should wrap up around April or May 2027. Engfa, on the other hand, is under a 7-year contract, so she will stay a little longer than Charlotte, I guess. Basically, he's telling Charlotte that if she tries to go independent or doesn't renew, that somehow makes her disloyal or unfit for the industry, which is complete nonsense. I would like to share a few other problematic things I've gathered about this person over the weekend. First, I read the fans' experience who attended the birthday event, and they shared some uncomfortable experience. During the Grand Sports Day that happened this weekend, Nawat kept going around trying to sell things to everyone, but what made it worse was that he used the artists as cashiers, basically turning buying stuff into a chance to talk to them or take photos. Which is not something new. This is one of the tactics many companies uses to make more money and sell more merchandise or albums and stuff. But fans shared was an uncomfortable experience for them. And when Charlotte left the area, he immediately started using Engfa's name instead, telling people they could talk to her and take pictures and saying the money would go to her. But according to the fan, she didn't even get all of it. Before the concert started, he also sold these special boxes and promised that anyone who bought one would get a photo with englot, but then later changed the rules and said fans would have to pay a lot more just to get a photo with both of them together. Around that same time, he was apparently talking badly about Charlotte, calling her ungrateful and unprofessional, and even telling people to go to her birthday event so it wouldn't be embarrassing if no one showed up, which is wild considering the event was already sold out. The next day, at Charlotte's birthday event, he did the same thing again, selling more special boxes and saying fans could talk to Charlotte after the show, and even dangling Engfa's name again by saying she'd show up if everything sold out. A lot of fans were upset watching all of this happen in real time. But what really broke people was his speech on stage at Charlotte's birthday. Many were crying, just shocked that he would say those things on her birthday of all days. For a lot of people there, this just confirmed the feeling that he cares more about money than the artists themselves, treating their time and presence like something to sell without any real respect for them as people. And this is not a single fan's experience. Again, these incidents reinforces the perception that he prioritizes profit over the well-being of the artists, exploiting their time and presence without proper consideration or consent. And now let's talk about the past, because I honestly think Nawat's behavior needs to be properly documented at this point. This isn't new, and it didn't just start now. This man has been problematic for years. His Wikipedia page is full of misogynistic comments regarding women. He almost got completely canceled earlier this year because of everything that went down at Miss Universe. And yes, Miss Mexico ended up winning, and a lot of fans went right back to supporting him because of that. But if we put personal opinions about whether she deserved the crown or not completely aside, Nawat was still wrong. The way he acted during that whole situation was pure power tripping. His behavior was unacceptable. Now in the past, he publicly criticized Charlotte over attending Freen's birthday party a few months ago in August, and that was a whole controversy. Nawat was angry that Charlotte attended Freen's birthday party, and he talked about this on a TikTok live and tried his best to make fans believe that Charlotte is the one who is unprofessional when she attended Freen's birthday party without prior approval from her management at MGI. He said she still needs to get permission, emphasizing that artists under contract need to follow protocols because if something happens, the company needs to know. He also mentioned unrelated grievances like her not wishing him a happy birthday via line. At this point, it really comes off as jealousy. She attends a friend's birthday, doesn't message him personally, and that somehow turns into a whole respect and hierarchy issue. Despite her reportedly wishing him in another format, he used this as an example of her lack of respect. Nawat openly said that Charlotte Austin's behavior has changed. She has been quietly defying instructions, ignoring his line messages for days, skipped responding to his birthday, and attended a private event without permission. He told fans directly to stop coddling her, insisting that an artist, no matter how famous, must never forget their place. He said, "No matter how famous you are, don't forget yourself." This is a direct quote from an interview in Thailand's Daily News, implying she's become arrogant or ungrateful. Here is the translation of what he said. Fans stop coddling her like a child. Yes, she and Freen are close. That does not mean she can do whatever she wants. Every appearance must be approved by management. Why is she going? How is she going? Is AR going with her? This one was not approved. Not because of any personal problem with Freen, they will still work together, but because it was an unapproved public event. She went anyway. No AR, no handler. That means any photos or clips can be used however people want, and that damages her image. Do not run wild without permission. I do not care if you are in a BL or GL pairing. If you are famous, your image is controlled. Look at Gemini 4th. Nothing they do is left to chance. This is company business, not hers alone. Keep spoiling her like this, and her career lifespan will be very short. Very short. He also said this. Lately, Charlotte has been quietly defiant. I do not know why, but it feels off. 2 weeks ago, I sent her something important online. She did not read it for 3 or 4 days. In a company meeting, I told the AR head to check their artist and find out why she has completely ignored the CEO. This was not just small talk. I was asking her to take part in a charity for families of fallen soldiers. We are giving 20,000 baht each to 15 families. I wanted her involved. She did not read the message. Even after a few more days, still nothing. She has never acted like this before. Then on my birthday, the 10th, every artist sent me something. Lynn, Cochabelle, Cher Aim, all of them. Except Charlotte, nothing. Still nothing today. And before anyone says I should talk to her privately, fans keep coming into my lives complaining I do not get her solo work. Lately, I can barely get hold of her. How am I supposed to? I just closed a multi-million baht sponsorship for her last week. I do not even know if she knows. I want to add this video with translation as well here.
ช่วงนี้ชาลอตแปลกๆไม่อ่านไลน์ไม่ตอบไลน์ไม่รู้เป็นอะไร
Lately, Charlotte has been acting weird. Doesn't read line, doesn't reply. Meanwhile, all the other artists have been sending birthday wishes to boss Nawat through line. No idea what's up with her, but this has been going on for about 2 weeks already. Everyone, both on social media and more importantly, via line. Cochabelle, Lynn, Engfa. They all send personal birthday wishes through Line first, then maybe post on IG or Facebook after TikTok. That's the rule. Line first. It's not because boss needs the wishes, it's about teaching the artist discipline. Everyone does it. No questions. The only one who didn't send a single thing? Charlotte. Even today, still nothing. Not one word. Yet she somehow managed to show up at another label's artist's birthday party. Even though with Pivan, didn't tell the booking coordinator, didn't tell PR, didn't tell Teacher U. Every other artist in our label sent a personal Line message, but not her. Busy? Yeah, right. I saw her at Freen's birthday party. Didn't inform anyone in the label either. She even asked someone in the company, and they told her she shouldn't go because that person already has an official shipped pairing that's been formally announced, and she knew that. But she still went. Honestly, she's been acting really strange lately. When she's live selling, she's raking in the cash. And now she wants me to find her solo gigs. How the hell am I supposed to find them for her? He also implied that Charlotte not replying to his messages for 2 weeks and acting like she could do whatever she wanted outside the system damaged her standing in the company. According to him, she had basically burned bridges, and as a result, her solo opportunities would be limited, all framed as some kind of lesson about respect and hierarchy. That alone already rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. This sparked huge backlash from fans who felt he was being controlling, jealous, and completely overstepping into her personal life, especially since Charlotte and Freen are known friends, and she wasn't even on stage or representing MGI at that event. She was there as a private individual. On top of that, he literally said, "If you don't respect the boss, don't expect any favors," which makes it very clear he was talking about restricting her solo activities. And even if, for a second, someone wants to argue that Charlotte was unprofessional, calling her out like this on a live broadcast or on a public stage still doesn't excuse Nawat's behavior. That kind of conversation should never happen publicly. Final thoughts. I genuinely don't understand this man. He talks nonstop about professionalism, yet publicly behaves like an ego-hurt man-child, like a toddler throwing a tantrum when things don't go his way. Yes, he's a CEO, and yes, he demands unconditional respect, but respect isn't something you can force. It's something you earn, and his actions are simply not respect-worthy. He has absolutely no right to publicly humiliate his own artists like this. A lot of fans are now saying Charlotte shouldn't renew her contract with MGI, even if it affects Englot, because being under this man's toxic leadership for another 5 years sounds unbearable. And for anyone who thinks Nawat is right here, let me remind you of something important. We do not know Charlotte's side of the story. No other staff member or team has ever accused her of being unprofessional. The only person saying this is Nawat himself. We don't know what grudge he's holding against her or how much truth there actually is in his accusations. Going to a Freen's birthday as a friend was never a serious issue. Nawat made it one because he's controlling and clearly doesn't like the idea of artists having autonomy. What he said and did on Charlotte's birthday celebration yesterday did ended up ruining the day. Not just for Charlotte, but also for the fans who paid so much to attend to the event. He needs to apologize. One kind fan said what a lot of us were thinking.
โดนได้ใช้แล้วนะต่อให้วันไหนมีใครผิดหวังแกห้ามผิดหวังในตัวเองนะเข้าใจไหมห้ามผิดหวังในตัวเองนะ
They told Charlotte, even if there's a day when someone is disappointed in you, never be disappointed in yourself. Do you hear me? Never feel disappointed in yourself. And you could see it hit her. Charlotte's eyes were teary, and it was clear how much those words meant to her in that moment.